Even though we all love 90 Day Fiancé, there are some things that shouldn't be going on. Today I'm going to cover 10 things wrong with 90 Day Fiancé that everyone chose to ignore. Welcome back to Boss Trends, let's get into the video. Number 10, Mohammeds' lack of knowledge about Danielle's criminal history proves they don't know each other. Plenty of couples on the show prove time and time again that they truly did not know one another prior to obtaining their K-1 visas, prompting the rest of us to wonder just who approved them. One example was that of Mohammed and Danielle, a couple so loveless that Mohammed wouldn't even kiss her when they got married. There were so many lies between this couple that it's hard to keep track, but Danielle's criminal history was one big part of her life that Mohammed had no idea about that needed to be revealed during their consulate interview. Of course, given how dishonest the pair were to one another and all the shenanigans Mohammed, now a social media star, pulled later, perhaps they were both simply well schooled in deception.
I will call the immigration. I will get you deported.
Number 9, half of their relationships are obviously fake. Some of the relationships on the show are so glaringly fake that it feels as if TLC just randomly found people and offered them the job for some media exposure. While some fake relationships like Jorge and Fisa appear to be fake on the inside but carefully constructed by the couples on the outside in order to gain something from one another, others like Mark and Nikki make you question how they met in the first place.
Nikki being at the gate, at the airport, just gives me goosebumps.
Number 8, the show is scripted too. Remember when Chris asked Annie for that Thai massage? It was totally scripted. It was so bad, in fact, that they had to do multiple takes to get the uncomfortable Chris to ask her without sounding weird, which is impossible given that it's already a weird request. It was perfectly acceptable for Chris to ask Annie, who'd be living off Chris and Nikki while she and David attempted to get on their financial feet, to help around the house or with meals during their stay with the couple, but the massage comment was way too weird. It turns out that it wasn't Chris's idea at all. Since then, many couples have come out to reveal moments of the show were scripted or edited for more drama.
It was amazing. When I see him holding her.
Number 7, women are made to sit in uncomfortable positions while being interviewed. Have you ever noticed how all the women in 90 Day Fiancé seem to sit as if they are cramped up in a boxcar, hitching a ride among the rest of the freight across the country? It's apparently a thing that the women are asked to do. And Fisa Archipachinko says that it's very uncomfortable and asks fans to tell TLC so she wouldn't have to sit that way anymore. The cause of the sitting positions is unknown, with some fans guessing it's to make the woman appealing and others suggesting that it just makes it seem more casual. How sitting like an elf on a shelf is casual, we don't know, but it looks so unnatural that we agree with Fisa on this one.
In the kettle. Can you shut up?
No, you shut up. Don't give me the damn finger.
Number 6, it's unbearably repetitive. For a show that's so dramatic with surprising reveals splattered throughout each series, it's often pretty dull. Each couple's challenges are repeated over and over again until we are sick of hearing about 401ks taken out for the show, or some arguments a family member or a friend is going to make on one episode after previously making on another episode. Shows with a true build-up like How to Get Away with Murder or This Is Us don't have to repeat themselves over and over again to fill up the minutes for the big drop. Of course, they're also fully scripted and not reliant on unpredictable couples, so maybe we should give the show some slack during these
Very
moments.
disappointed, because by phone, he seemed like he was really getting on his feet back in Louisville. So I'm glad that I came.
Number 5, Miriam and Patrick were a waste of time. Remember Miriam and Patrick who didn't even make it beyond the whole I have a boyfriend already struggle? This was a whole build-up about what kind of information Miriam was hiding, and lo and behold, it was simply that she already had a boyfriend and was completely wasting Patrick's time as well as ours. Patrick didn't even seem as surprised about the revelation as he should have, and Miriam, who claimed that she didn't think a man who bought a plane ticket to France to visit her was serious, appeared bored throughout the whole meeting. This is just a weak storytelling line, since the producers of the show should have been vetting each cast member to ensure that each person was invested in their relationships, or at least the show.
A lot to see this.
None of this surprising me. At the same time, it hurts more because of the risk.
Number 4, Jorge and Fisa conveniently break up while cameras were rolling. Aren't you glad that all your breakups aren't televised? Every single time Jorge and Fisa broke up, the cameras were rolling, which prompts us to ask, did they break up a whole lot more often than we saw, or were all these breakups planned for some dramatic footage? Given other things we ignore about the show on this list, we probably think it's better that their arguments were all set up to occur during filming. Between Jorge's lies, the constant motel moves, and Fisa's odd expectations and behavior, we think the two already had enough to air on television without breaking up all this time. But maybe TLC felt like they needed just a bit more drama. Number 3, some of the age differences are too much. Age may be just a number, but there's a certain type of man out there who prefers a woman who can mold and control, which is a completely different arena. Several men on 90 Day Fiancé exhibit this preference to the point where it's downright off-putting. Sean bringing 20-year-old Abby those undergarments, whether for her business or not, gave us the heebie-jeebies. Then 58-year-old Mark's treatment of 19-year-old Nikki made us look away every time they were on screen together. That's not to say that there aren't any enormous age gaps between couples where an older woman hopes to control her beau, because those also exist, with the infamous Danielle serving as one of the most prominent examples. Number 2, Nicole is offensive towards Azan. Many people felt sorry for Nicole when gym enthusiast Azan met his girlfriend and dubbed her a little too heavy for him, especially when he wanted her to lose weight. Nicole, however, was physically and emotionally offensive toward Azan, pressuring her boyfriend into giving her physical affection in public when he clearly didn't want to. Had Nicole been a man, more viewers might have taken umbrage with her behavior. The two were obviously not matched from the start, especially given how they both got involved with other people. While we get that the petty dramas can be entertaining, the physical drama is just not okay. Number 1, it makes obtaining citizenship look easier than it is. The process of immigration is a long, enduring process that should never be taken lightly. While it's true that someone obtaining immigration through marriage has less hurdles to jump than an individual seeking citizenship on his or her own, it remains a serious, drawn-out process that takes months to years to complete. While 90 Day Fiancé is without a doubt entertaining, it's also like many reality shows, deceiving as it misrepresents the immigration process. It's also not exactly a show about learning, but TLC has long since ignored that motto. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.